You, what it do, kinfolk and skinfolk? All the people who are here for the first time, you're not in the right place. You are, of course, in the right place. This is the Life Be Lifing podcast. And we are here with, I don't even know if I want to call him a guest anymore. You might as well just call him frequent collaborator, friend of the podcast, family of the podcast, part of the Potter family. You know what I'm saying? From the B&B on the Clock podcast himself, Coach Reg, Cousin Reg, you know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all want to call him. You feel me? The man, the myth, the legend himself. What up, Cuzzo?
What's up, man? And on the B&B on the Clock podcast. I haven't said it in so long. It feels strange.
Right? That's a fact. We're gonna pot out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the show is usually hosted by the lovely, the awesome, the witty, the versatile Mimi, the goddess. But she's a little under the weather. So you know what I mean? I gotta hold it down for her like she holds it down for me in my absence. And this is, of course, your favorite fat freckled man, your favorite coach's favorite coach, the big dog himself. Whew. Splash Charles in the back in the building. So tonight we getting right to the topic. Listen, relationships means a lot of things, but a lot of times it transfers to romantic, and romantic relationships are important. You know what other kind of relationships are important? Relationships with your friends. So tonight we finna talk about that dynamic and get into it. Because sometimes it's perfectly blended, and another times it ain't. Sometimes it's damn near oppositional, a little
There
chaotic,
you go. There you go.
a little
Where it
chaotic.
started.
So let's get into just some of the principles. What are your basic principles for your love life when you have friends, and for your friends when you have love life? What I mean by that is, in fact, I'm gonna throw you the scenario, make it simple, so you can go ahead and get the shots up. All right. So you got the homies, you know what I mean? The fam from the G and wherever else you know what I mean, make these friends, your military partners, all that. What do they know about you by the time what how do they expect? Let's start there with the expectations. How do they expect you to carry yourself on a night they try and kick it when you done found the one? You let them know, hey, she the one. I done found her, bros. This is her.
They know I'm still me. So I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna be the life of the I'm just not gonna be entertaining the opposite sex as much. But I'm gonna be my friends. Like if it's the group of friends that I have, we gonna have a great time. Like we gonna turn up no matter what. Like the turn up, and my partner is more than likely gonna be there. Like my partner is gonna be with us because that introduction has already happened. Like everybody's cool with everybody, or they somewhat try to be cool with everybody. Like everybody tries to be cordial, if that's the case. Because I've been down that road too. I've been on both sides. The side where they really cool with her, and the side where they be like, yo, why the fuck you bring her? So I've been on both roads, so I know how that play. So, but it's always a thin line when it's your friends. Like when it's your how serious if normally the one who are going to tell you, yo, she it, she ain't it, or give us some more time. Let's see who she really is. Like your friends can piece those things for you a lot of times, especially if you having questions. Like if you ain't sure, you you
Mm-hmm.
you, you iffy about it. If you got real good friends who know you, like, and they really your friend, like they know you in and out. Yeah, they gonna be the ones that's gonna tap you on the shoulder, and be like, yo, don't fuck this up. Or they gonna tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, niggas, time, let that go. That ain't it. That ain't it. Time for it to go. But like you gotta have those type of friends. And I feel like my circle of friends, who I've been friends with almost what year we in? 2023. So
2023 currently.
about 27 years, something like that. I've known you people. I've known all you people. Yeah, so like that circle, I call any of them at any time, and they're gonna be by my side, right, wrong, or indifferent. They're gonna tell me about myself, but they're gonna be right there. They're gonna be there if I need them to talk.
That's
So
true.
like you're one of those people. You're one of those people I call at any time of the night, and you're gonna pick the phone up. I don't know why you pick my ass up sometimes, but you do, and I love you for it. I love you for it. Don't
That's what we
don't
do,
think I
cuz.
don't.
You
Don't
already
think I
know.
don't appreciate you or everything, brother. Listen, you've been through my good times and my bad, so I always appreciate that in a friend.
Likewise, cuz. Let me ask you, since you mentioned the introductions that's already made. So we already know it's really easy when it goes well. How about those introductions when things is a little shaky, man? How do you navigate that?
Bro, that was the hard. That was hard. Like I don't want to say who it was, but it was
Yeah, yeah,
somebody.
we ain't got name names. We ain't got name names.
It was
We ain't got.
somebody, and like I remember the first time I invited everybody to the crib, and me and her had like just started living together. And I invited all y'all over, and I remember certain friends was like, "It's not gonna last," and I was like, like I like her a lot. It's cool. They're like, nah, this ain't you. You can't even entertain the way you like to entertain. And I'm like, I know, but I'm trying something new. And they're like, nah, you're gonna get tired of this soon. And I remember that night, and I remember like everybody played nice, and then we went to something else, and she didn't really speak to everybody. So now everybody like, fuck wrong with this bitch? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't tell you. I mean, I brought her, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I thought she spoke to y'all. I did introduce everybody again, right? They was like, no, you did. She didn't speak. Like, what? Next time, don't bring her. Like, don't bring her ever again, okay? Like, we don't need to hang around her. You don't need to bring her. We know you got somebody that's cool. But yo, like, we tried to be nice. Shit didn't work our way. We're cool. Like, we don't need that no more. So I remember that. Like, I remember that. And I just was like, huh. And then a year later, that shit was over. And I was like, these niggas was right. They was right.
So how did you go home and how did you go back? Did you address it with Shorty? Like, how
I
did that
did.
go?
And she was like, I spoke. And I was like, where? She was like, I spoke. She was like, I did speak. I spoke to everybody. I was like, I don't even remember you saying hello. I don't remember you asking for a burger. I don't remember anything. And that's not know I wasn't drinking that much. So when did you speak? When we first got there. When I introduced you to everybody you spoke, she was like, yeah. I was like, I don't remember that. I didn't even hear it. And she was like, I did. I said, okay. I'm not gonna argue. So next time I was going out, she was like, I was like, yo, you want to go? She was like, I think I'm gonna chill home. I was like, cool, that works. I go out, I catch up with you later. When I get home, you go out with your friends, cool, have fun. And I just remember like I dodged the bullet this time because if she just said she wanted to go, I didn't know what I was gonna say. I didn't have a plan B like if she wanted to go.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing about that whole, uh, still extending the courtesy. You know what I mean? Because that's your
Right.
woman.
Yeah.
Right by her. You trying to be respectful, so you don't want to be like, yeah, nah, you can't go,
Yeah.
because last time you fucked the money up. But like,
Yeah,
if
you
you
fucking
extend
crazy
it,
buddy. Yeah.
yeah, that you right. It could be a jam because if she say yeah and she be on some bullshit again, that makes things bad for you. Makes things hard
Right.
for you.
Because now you might not get no more invites yourself.
Fact.
I like my invites and shit because I like to come outside. I want to sit in the house. Like, who wants to sit in the house with somebody all the time? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like having a partner and sitting in the house with them. But there's times I want to go outside too.
That's a fact. You an outside nigga, man.
I am. I'm
Um,
outside.
you
I'm
an
outside.
outside nigga. For real. So here's the next look we throwing. So you got something playing with your partners. Because this has happened to many a man. You got something already playing with your partners. You done asked your lady if we got plans that night. She said no, so you can confirm with the fellas. Night of, she want some quality time, just you and her. And you had your plan with the fellas. What's the call?
So I can't use that
On the menu.
scenario because
Not to be vulgar with y'all, but I had to throw that in because sometimes that help men factor in the decision. Chicks is on the option, is on the menu. If you stay at the crib.
Yeah, if you
Don't say of course. Don't say of course, because it definitely be niggas that sitting there thinking they stay at home for some cheeks and she just want to watch TV and they be sick. You know you got that call from my brother or two before.
I mean, depending on what we really doing, like if I'm going out with the fellas and it's like we going to go sit somewhere, like if we go to the game or we going to go watch a fight or we doing something.
Let's go there. Fight night. It's fight night. Somebody invited you to their fight party.
Oh, she might be coming with me then. Like you husband time, come on, you come with me to watch this fight. Because I'm going to go watch this goddamn fight. Because if it's Saturday night, this Saturday, fight night, bring your ass with me. Come on. You want to spend time? Listen, you got to be into these fisticuffs because this shit about to go down. You already wore black Air Force Ones to the weigh-in. I need you to come on because this shit about to go crazy. So, but no, on a normal situation though, like it all depends on the situation. To be honest, like if it's not something I really want to go to, sometimes like if it's a situation I don't really want to go to, like let's say we going to somebody's crib to play cards or something.
No, cuz don't make it easy in a situation you don't want to go to. We talking about you wanted to go to this. This was something you was looking forward.
I told you she coming with me. I wasn't joking about that. We all going to be happy in this moment.
Well, she not happy though. If you don't want to
go watch this fight, and you want to stay in the house, and you want to fight with me later, and we gonna fight later. But I'm gonna go watch this fight. Now you've been given the opportunity to come go with me. Now, because I done made the call, shot the text out, like you. Listen, I'm coming to watch the fight. She want to spend time together. I gotta bring her with me. I'm just letting y'all know. If your lady there or you got other females there, perfect. If not, my lady coming with me. I'm shooting y'all the message in the group chat. Y'all niggas thinking how y'all want it. But when I show up and she's on my side, just know I told you already. I didn't blindside you niggas. I did not warn you niggas. So if you niggas got to curb the conversation a little bit, cause she there. Now, if she hit me with the, I don't really want to watch the fight, I want to stay in and cuddle, babe, I'll be back. This fight be over by 12. At the latest 1 o'clock. I'll be back at a good time because I ain't going out afterwards. I'm coming home. So I'll be right back, but I'm going to go watch this fight. Well, you can put the fight on here. Nah, see, the fight on here ain't 75 inches over the fucking head house. This shit is fucking 50, 65 here. He got 75. It's a lot of drinking, maybe a little bit of hookah and some food. Babe, I ain't buying no food for the fight. I'm going somewhere where the food is already made.
I ain't buy no food for the fight.
Again, you come with me, get a plate, enjoy them. And you like boxing. So if you want to come on. But if you don't want to come, cool. I'll be back. Now, again, if it's a situation where we go to the bar or something, I might be out on that. I might be chilling in the house, bros. I might shoot you a text. Hey, babe, says she want to chill. Bar really ain't for me because I don't really want to get pushed up on all night. So I'm keep my ass in the house tonight. I'll holler at y'all next time. Maybe I'll come on next time.
This nigga, y'all hear him with the humble brag? I don't want to get pushed up on all night. Pretty nigga problems, man. Shut the fuck up. man.
Hey, dark skin nigga vibes, man. I'm dark skin. Dark skin. You know, I'm dark skin with a nice smile. I don't know what to tell you. Like, hey, listen, sometimes shit happens. Shit happens sometimes.
Oh
But
man.
no, like dead serious. Like listen, man, I tell niggas heartbeat. Like if she hit me with the I want to spend time and she knew I was going out, I'm gonna look at her side eye for a second. She don't catch that side eye. Like, really? Like this what we doing? Really? Okay. I remember that shit though. Cause I do the same shit back. I'm petty. I do that shit back. She wanna go out with the girls. I hit her with it. Babe, babe. I shouldn't be telling this shit on no fucking pie. But babe, yeah, babe, I wanna watch a movie. You know I'm about to go out. I know, but I want to watch this movie with you. We've been talking about it all week. It's the movie you said you wanted to watch. I'm here for it. Yeah. Pet D. Pet D to them motherfucker.
Petty Pendergrass, man.
Hey, listen, ladies. I'm telling y'all, don't pull the bullshit with me because I'm gonna pull that shit back. They say we shouldn't match energy. I don't believe that shit. I match that shit.
He definitely don't. He ain't buying that.
I'm not. No, as somebody tell me that shit, you should be wanting to match energy. Why? Why? Help me understand why. I just want to know. Oh, because you're supposed to be the leader. I can lead and still match energy. Oh, so that shit's supposed to go one way. You supposed to get your way all the time, but I'm supposed to shut the fuck up. Nah.
Never gonna
yeah. No. Keep trying to tell y'all women. Men deserve to be happy too. This ain't no fucking happy wife, happy life shit. It's happy spouse, happy house.
Happy house. Say it again for them.
I don't agree in that happy wife, happy life shit no more. No. I said that shit before. That shit got me in trouble. I don't believe in that shit. Cause you know why? I wasn't fucking happy. So happy spouse, happy house. We both got to fucking be happy in this motherfucker.
It's that simple, cuz. It's that simple. It's just that simple. Why can't we both be happy, yo? That's simple. That's the point. Y'all supposed to be in it together. Yeah, man. Don't get me started with that. But you know, for those who've heard me say it before, who haven't heard me say it before, for sure, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on happy house, happy spouse. Go back, check me and Ace out on 2 Kings 215, the Hot 97 freestyle episode. Say it right then and there too, for the first time on Power on Air. Yeah, I've been standing on it. And that's years. That's years ago. I've been standing on that. Even when people wasn't standing on it with me. No, nah. You gotta be, come on, man. Like you said, you gotta be the leader. You gotta be da. So it gotta be happy house, happy wife, happy life. You make her happy, she gonna take care of everything. Bro, I hear what you're saying. And my intention is to make her happy. It's not that we saying we don't want happy wives. We saying that we want us both.
I want to be happy too.
That's all. That's all.
I want to be happy just like you want to be happy. Like we need to be happy together. Like we both need to look at each other and be able to smile and be happy and be like, yo, I'm happy. I'm with that person.
Yes, that's the energy that needs to be matched. Yeah. But all right, let's go to what it looks like when you what it looks like to when you in the beef, man. Let's go to the beef side of lovers and friends, man. So
who you beefing with, your friends or your lover?
We're gonna do both. You already know it. So what happens with your homies when you caught in beef with your lady? And of course, we only speaking on serious relationship situations. All that girl you smashing, all that girl you kind of feeling. We throwing all that.
We talking about the motherfucker you've been with 5 to 7 years. You know, y'all been together 3 to 4 years, and y'all got some time stake there. We ain't talking about the motherfucker you rolling around with last week. No,
Like, we
we ain't
talking
talking
about
about that.
and then trying to at least make it to the long haul. Maybe you don't make it, maybe you do, but that's
Right.
the goal for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
So
that's what we're talking about, just to
I've
be
been
clear.
big. I've been big lately on don't take your beef to your friends.
Ooh, talk about it.
So in a previous situation, I did that. I took my beef to my friends, and it didn't work out because at the end of the day, she didn't feel as I had her best interest at heart when I did that.
Mm.
And I wanted to, and I needed to vent, and I vented to a friend, and a friend went back and said something to her that shouldn't have been said, but it was said. Now, now you extra beefing because you opened your mouth about a situation but you needed to get it out. Like as a man, sometimes, because again, I say this shit a lot on social media lately because I think people don't really be understanding where I be coming from. Men cannot vent to anyone.
Mm.
Like that's why therapy is so amazing. Because you can literally vent to someone and it's not going to go nowhere but in them four walls. When you vent to outside people, as the old head told me the other day, vent into other rooms.
Ooh, that's a bar.
Fucked me up when he said it.
That's a bar, cuz.
He said vent into other rooms. So when you go to vent, just know that shit's going to trickle everywhere.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I said, wow, never looked at it that way. And he said, that's why as men, we are told to hold our shit in and not say nothing. And that's where our biggest problems come in because we hold it in and then we go to blow up. And now she's looking at you like, why are you blowing up on me when this is the first incident? But in your mind, this is incident 17 that you've been holding in for 2.5 years. And now you blowing up for all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She don't even
Real talk.
remember incident 1. She just remembered the incident of that day. You remember incident 1 through 17, and now you bringing them all up because at this point, you done held it in so long, you a fucking volcano, and that shit has erupted. You are whatever that shit is called, and you blowing up, and you just spilling that shit. No, this is why I learned in therapy why therapy is so good.
Hashtag
Therapy is so, there you go. I can go to therapy and I can say what's on my mind to someone, and it ain't venting out into everywhere. It's in that room, it's locked in that room, and it's staying there. It's almost like having a conversation in the mirror with yourself. Like, I don't know how many people actually do that where you stand in the mirror and actually talk to the other person on the other side of that mirror. Because you want to know why? Sometimes your biggest threat is the person on the other side of that mirror.
Talk about it, cousin. Talk about it.
So when you want to go talk to other people, and sometimes when you go to talk to other people, you feel guilty. So now you got to go back to the person who you are in a relationship with and explain to them why you was talking to somebody else, and they don't really know why you was talking to somebody else, but you're explaining it. And now they got to go ask that person what was said because now they want to know how much of the truth did you really tell. Yo, I literally just had this happen with a friend of mine. And she was going through it with her husband. She said some shit she shouldn't have said. I tried to talk her off the ledge of not saying that shit. She said it. She felt so bad about it. She went and told another person, who in turn told her husband. So now I'm 10:30 on a Saturday night on the phone, like, yeah, she said that. Yeah, yeah, that happened. Yeah,
That's crazy.
bro. And the crazy part about it was, I'm cool with her husband. Like, man, him really cool, dope dude. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I really wanted to tell you, but I didn't want to become the middle of whatever's going on with y'all.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
So I kept it as something I was taking to the grave until I started getting
You
phone
got
calls
to.
from other people like, yo, so she said X, Y, and Z to you. And I'm like, how the fuck you know that? How the fuck you know me? I was on the phone. Oh, she told me. She wasn't supposed to tell nobody that.
Okay.
Because I
For the
wasn't supposed to
record,
tell nobody.
people, speaking as I'm not even gonna say Splash Charles, speaking as Nairi R. Charles, don't tell your people you don't came to me. If you got to tell your people you done came to me, don't come to me. Because I don't want your people coming back to me.
No.
Hell no. I don't want none of that smoke. I don't
And
want
that's
none of that. Like, I'm
and
here for you as a friend because, like Cuzzo
I'm a great
said,
friend. I'm a great friend.
everybody needs to vent sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're not coming to you for the solution. They just need a human being to hear them out.
Yep.
Cool. Y'all need that at some point. And some people, some people don't have therapists. Some people can't afford their therapist at that time. Sometimes their therapist is not available until next week and they need to get this out now. So here you come.
Right.
Cool. My whole thing is this. Don't have nobody calling my phone because of what you done said to them. There's very few and seldom situations where I'm already very close with both partners
Right.
to where that can open up. You know what I'm saying? And in those situations, more than likely, they're gonna assume you talk to me already because they
Mm-hmm.
know how. Like my co-host, right? Like my wife knows I talk to her about marriage things. Her husband knows she talks to me about marriage things because why? I look at her like a sister. My wife looks at her husband like a brother. So that's
That's how
how
it's supposed
that
to be.
automatically
Yeah.
intersects. Like that's how it already intersected even before their marriage came along.
Right.
We both looked at him like a brother. So she comes in, she's family, boom, boom, boom. Right, cool. But all these other situations where we friends and I ain't tight like that with y'all husbands or y'all man or whoever,
That's not
listen,
about you talking to me. That's not.
you doing I understand you doing what you got to do to honor him, and I'm not suggesting you do otherwise. I'm suggesting you call somebody else to vent to. Because I don't
Call
want
one of
none of this.
call one of your girlfriends. Don't call me.
Don't call me for that.
And
Don't
listen,
call
I'm a
me.
great ear. Like I'm one of them people. If you tell me something and you tell me it don't need to be repeated, that shit going to the grave. That shit going to the grave. Like I'm one of them.
Nobody
Like
gonna
to
hear it.
be onto the other part of this topic, when it's you beefing with your friends and you got to turn to your other half.
Talk about it, cuz.
Listen, I'm turning to my motherfucking other half. We gonna talk about it. I'm telling you everything. Because you the one I'm talking to. Now you might look at them differently after I tell you the shit I'm about to tell you, but I'm also gonna ask you not to look at them differently. Like I'm gonna be like, listen, they probably still gonna be my friend afterwards. But we beefing right now.
So see, that's where it gets spooky.
Right.
And
That's where it gets touchy.
I admitted this back on the Pillow Talk episode back in season 1.
Yeah. This pillow talk. This real pillow talk.
This gets spooky, and you have to know KYP, know your personnel. Because what
Yes.
Cuz is saying, theory is the honorable way to carry it. It's solid. It keeps that open communication. It's that trust. What Hov said, playing spades with the cards up, face up, and all that, cool. However, in reality,
It don't
some of
work
y'all
out.
significant others can't be
Can't
trusted
hold water.
on
Can't hold water.
that front.
Can't
Some
hold
of y'all
water.
significant either they can't hold water or they are going to look at that person differently. And while
Right.
you forgave that friend, they never
They ain't
will.
forgiving shit.
They not gonna pretend to.
Oh, so here, I'll say this. I am that spouse. So I'm that spouse. You tell me your friend did you fucked up, the day did you fucked up, and we about to fuck them up. Even when you take them back, they still a fucked up person to me. I'm that spouse. I don't do my spouse fucked up. Don't do my spouse dirty. Don't play them games with my spouse, because I'm going to look at you and I'm always going to look at you in that light. Now, I might, I suck it up for my spouse and come around you, because that's you, my spouse friend, and we going out, and I'm going to make it a good time, but the whole time I'm going to be looking at your ass kind of crazy, like, when she going to do some sucker shit? When she going to do some shit I don't like? I'm me. I don't lie for nobody. I don't hide shit. Listen, man, that's why the name of my new show is I'm Here to Pod. I'm going to tell you how it really is. Like, this is who I am. I'm not, listen, my ex will tell you, I said that shit about her friend from the time I met that motherfucker. Listen, I don't like that bitch. Something wrong with that bitch. That bitch fucking slimy. I said that shit all the time. I didn't hide that shit. I made that shit completely known, like, yo, I really don't like her around you, but, you call her what you call her. So, I got to deal with it because I love you and I want to be with you. So she's part of your life, but I don't think she has your best interest at heart. Oh, no, that's not cool. I can't tell you to see what I see. I can't force you to see what I see. You're going to see your friends how you see your friends. I'm going to see your friends how I see your friends. I can tell you which one to me is real and which one is fake. But that's just me. Just like if you looking from the outside and my friends, you might look at one of my friends and be like, nah, that nigga fake. And I might be like, no, like that nigga been here 20-something years. That nigga ain't fake. That nigga been fake for 20-something years. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but that nigga's fake. And as a partner, I gotta listen to that shit and I gotta hear it. I might not accept it, but I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it because as your partner, I have to take in what you said.
So how do you move when you get that warning about said partner? How do you move going forward?
When I got that warning before, I kept them to apart. Like, if I knew he was going to be somewhere, she didn't need to be there. If I knew me and her was going somewhere, he kind of didn't get the invite.
Mm-hmm.
So because you never want to put them in a situation where they feel uncomfortable. Both of them.
Right.
He might not even know that she don't like him because she might be good at acting. She might be a good actor. And she might put that fucking smile on and act like they cool. But underneath her breath, you get a text message like, I wish this motherfucker wasn't here. Like, when the fuck is we leaving? And you looking at your phone laughing. Woo! Give me like another 20 minutes, please. Please, Cat, 20 minutes. We can do whatever you want when we leave here, but I just need 20 more minutes. So let me ask for. Like, you got to do that shit. So people don't understand how hard it is sometimes to navigate your friends and your spouse. Shit. I'm happy I don't got siblings because I wouldn't know how to navigate the sibling and spouse dynamic. Like, I wouldn't know how to navigate that shit because I don't know. I'm happy I'm an only child. Fuck that. I don't got to talk to you motherfuckers and try to figure out why y'all don't like somebody or why y'all always around. Like, I don't get it.
I'm gonna save my views on that for another episode. All I'm saying is
that one. I need to be on that episode because I got some shit I need to get off my chest about that subject alone. I need to be on that episode.
Say less. We'll call you back for it.
Yeah, call me back for that one.
But as for the whole, friendship play for myself, so I too am the spouse that you can't do their spouse dirty. And I act like it ain't happened. The only difference is I can't play nice. I can't then come, we're not gonna have a good time. We're not. I can't make the party pop knowing that you stabbed my spouse in the back when you had the opportunity when we went together. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So here's the thing.
I will remove me at every opportunity. Whenever she wants to kick it with you, I'm telling her, hey, that's your friend. That's your friend.
Listen, so here's the thing.
I can't.
I'm keeping it be. I don't. Only time I had to play nice was in my own house. Because if I had something, I have shit at my house all the time.
Listen to me. I feel you. I do. But I'm gonna tell you, I done left.
I'm not leaving my house. Hold on. Here's what I will never do.
Most people will say that. Most people will say that. I'm not leaving my house. It'll be sooner that person can't come to my house, so forth, so on. Me, I'm doing whatever I have to do to protect my peace. So before I argue with you, who can't see that your friend is a snake and will always be a snake and is going to snake you again, before I have this argument with your stubborn behind, and before that person walk in my house and I tell them they got to stand on the porch because I don't want them bringing their evil inside my home.
Brother, I'm not
before that happens,
my house.
I got other places. I got better places to be. I'm going to be somewhere else. Don't ask me where I'm going. I'll be back as always because I live here. And when I come back, have it wrapped up. Have it wrapped up. I'll tell you one time I'm being back. Have it wrapped up by the time I get back. Do that for
me. You know me, right? You know me. You know, I'm the host when we had shit at the crib. Right. So I'm not leaving my house.
And that's the difference. And that's the difference. I ain't the host.
You know, I'm the host. I'm the host most. I'm the host with the most. It's like, I'm going to make sure everybody has a good time. Now, when you bring the snake in the house, understand, rattlesnakes do one thing, they bite. So I know what's coming when you bring this motherfucker. Because listen, I'm cool with you bringing this motherfucker here because this your friend. Again, this is your fucking rattlesnake. This ain't my rattlesnake. This your rattlesnake. You got to deal with this fucking rattlesnake while I was here. When that shit start to rattling and lying and shit, I just walk to where the drinks are and have a conversation with a family member who feel the same way I feel. Because there's always another motherfucker that feel the same way you feel about that motherfucker. So I just go to that person who I know feel the same way I feel, and we gonna go talk some shit. You know I'm all about talking shit. So if I can get a good laugh out of it, I'm going over there with that person, have a couple drinks, laugh, joke. We gonna say a couple jokes. I'm gonna feel better. And then I'm gonna go back to hosting my party. And then when it's time for you to go, good night, see you next fucking hell, and you be all right. You know, like I see you next time hell freeze over. You know, like good. Because it's gonna be a cold day in hell before I fucking walk out my house because you walked in. It better snow, it better start snowing in my motherfucking living room. It starts snowing in my living room, that's when I'm walking out. Because otherwise, bitch, you got another thought. If you thought I was walking up my shit because you walked in, I might go upstairs. Now the vision, it's just like me, her, and her. Oh, I go to fuck upstairs. But I ain't leaving my house.
Yeah, that I'll do. I'll definitely disappear upstairs, vanish upstairs.
I go upstairs, like I go to the game room. I go anywhere other than where I need to be at. While y'all two have y'all kumbaya session. I'm gonna go upstairs, game room, somewhere.
But if it's like a party where there's multiple people or a gathering where there's multiple people, I ain't gonna lie. I feel what you're saying and what you're saying makes sense. So I ain't saying you're wrong. I'm just speaking for me. I did because I can't play the game. I can't play the politics. You know I suck at it.
Yo, you'll never play fake. You'll never play fake. You'll never.
Like how you said you talking to this person, y'all both feel your way. Y'all both see the snake, even though she can't see it. So y'all laughing about it. But then my problem is I can't let it lie. Like I can't let it ride.
With me, I only got one time to give you a warning about your friend.
That's real talk. Well, I'm lying. I give him more than one warning. It depends on what you did. It depends on what you did.
Every time they do something new and you tell me, that's your new one warning. Like, motherfucker, didn't I just tell you about this motherfucker? Like,
okay,
that's your new one warning. Like, because you're going to tell me something else that they did because they're going to do something else. Because that's the type of person they are. And you're going to get mad at them, and you're not going to talk to them for a couple days, and then they're going to hit you up with the sob story and cry and tell you all the shit you need to hear in a text message, on a phone call, and then y'all going to be back to being friends. And I'm like, didn't I just tell you about this motherfucker? I just told you this motherfucker was going to do that shit. And they just did it again. But you keep going back to this shit because that's your friend and you love them, and y'all got years in. Sometimes years don't mean shit.
Right, cuz.
Because you can meet a motherfucker for 5 fucking minutes and they treat you better than the motherfucker you know in 20 plus years.
It's a fact, gang. That's a fact, gang.
sometimes when you see the fucking snake biting you, gotta fucking kill the fucking snake. And if that means you kill the fucking friendship, then you kill the fucking friendship.
But off at the head.
But you get these people out here who don't have a lot of friends. This they probably one of the only 5 friends they got. They not big on the friendship shit. And this person been around so long, they've been through your ups and downs and your trials and tribulations and all that good shit that people like to say. So you want to keep giving them chance after chance. But how many motherfucking times you gotta get bit before you realize like this motherfucker ain't doing you no good? Like this motherfucker putting the venom in your system to kill you. Like I want to know because I can't stick around and watch you keep getting bit and be your spouse and be like it's okay because it's not. It's not.
Took the words out of my mouth. I can't do it. I can't stand here and tolerate that person. I can't stand here and tolerate you tolerating that person. It's been something I didn't had to go to counseling about. I had to get prayed for about that. Like, I want to wage war against the person who did that to you.
Bro, I still listen. Me and her are not together. And I still want to wage war on this person. I don't give a fuck we ain't together. I want blood.
I'm just saying because I know you ain't do nothing to deserve what they did to you.
Exactly.
And I know you deserve better than that. So for them to sit there and play in both our faces like that, it's damn, I don't even use this word like that, but it's triggering for me, man.
No, it's triggering. No, this fucking triggering. Like me talking about this shit just got me mad all over again. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm getting pissed off right now just thinking about all the scenarios that I could be saying on here, but because I'm trying to be respectful, I'm not saying these scenarios. But I want to smack the living shit out of this motherfucker. Like real shit. Like I want to find you and smack you. Like it's some bullshit. Like you really do this person who has nothing but genuine love for you fucking super dirty. And that shit's not cool.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
Bro,
it's not cool.
I keep telling people.
Right, let's move on so we can get up out this anger. Let's move on. So, all right. So let me ask you a question because I seen a clip that kind of sparked this conversation between us. And it was these brothers talking. And they was talking about, how they gonna conduct themselves in a relationship. And how the one brother said, he asked how long his man had been with Shorty. And he said 5 years. And he said, how long I known you? For like 15. And he said, I already know she's more important than me. You know her for 5, you know me for 15, but I already know she's more important than me. So when it comes to you in them type of situations, because you already explained, you have friends that you've known for 27 years. I think we got at least 25 in.
Like 27 or 26, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere in there, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about friends with not just that length, because like we said, years don't always mean anything, but we talking about quality on top of the quantity. And then you got this love of your life right here in your hands. And
my spouse,
you feeling it.
Bro, I can cut you already. My spouse comes before every fucking one.
Let's say before, because that's what it's supposed to be. So I ain't gonna give you that layup. Before y'all married, though. Before y'all married, because it's the layup.
No, if
I wouldn't.
I know
spouse don't.
If I know, like if we're together, and I feel like you're going to be the one, you come before everybody.
Okay.
Because we're already building to that. You being my spouse, my wife next. So if we're building towards that, and I feel like you are that person, and you come before everybody, we start that during the dating time. Like,
how does that conversation happen with your homies to let them know where she's at?
Oh, I'm letting you niggas know, like she the one, like she it. She it. This it. Like, yo, she's it. Yeah, was there for the conversation. Wait a minute. You was there for the conversation before I got.
But the
Before I
audience
did what I
wasn't,
did.
cuz. The audience wasn't. We have to. This is a podcast, bro.
Right, so wait. Let's be transparent here, as they like to
Yeah.
say. As people like to say, let's be transparent.
Beach love saying that. Facts.
7 years ago, I had a conversation with my friends, my closest circle, my inner circle. And I told niggas, like, this is what it is. Like, she is the one. She the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. She comes before any and everybody, including the people in this motherfucking room. I fuck with y'all heavy. Y'all know y'all call me at any time of night and y'all say y'all in some shit, I will jump up. You already know. But you know, she is the one. She is who I'm going to. She is end all be all. Didn't work out that way, but at that time, she was end all be all.
Right.
And I made that shit clear to everybody. There was no hiding it. There was no like, y'all need to second guess or ask a question, or is he putting her before us? No, I'm putting her before you niggas. Yes, y'all my niggas. Y'all know I rock out, rock hard all day long for you niggas like y'all my guys. But she the one. She's the end all be all. Like if God told me I need to fucking pick another one, I wasn't.
Real talk. I feel it. I feel that, cuz. I feel it.
Like through it all, that's what motherfuckers gotta understand. Like when you found that person, if they really your friends, they're gonna understand that she's that fucking person. And they're gonna see it in you. They're gonna see it also before you even open your mouth to say it. Your real friends know you. Your real friends know you, so they see that shit before you even say anything. It's the fake friends that you gotta pull in the room and be like, well, I ain't even gonna call them fake. Let's say the motherfuckers who don't really know you. I don't call them fake. I'm motherfuckers who don't really know you. Like they know you, but they don't know you. Like they don't know your ins and outs. Like they don't know what make you tick. They don't know what it look like when you with somebody or when you just fucking somebody. Like they don't know the difference. Because your real friends know the difference. Your real friends know who you piping and who you fucking actually with. Like that's his girl. That's the chick that he might call on a Tuesday because his girl made him mad because they ain't together really yet. But you know he like her, but he still got her in the Rolodex and she gonna do what she gonna do for him. Like your friends know that shit. Like your real friends know that shit. The associates, the people that hang around who don't really know you, but they think they know you, they're not gonna see that. They're not gonna be able to pick up on it. So those are the ones you gotta have that conversation with. Like, bro, this is my motherfucking lady. Like, no, this ain't no play shit. Like, this is me. All me, all day, every day, 3 times on Sunday. This is me. Understand, respect it. I'm here with her. You call me, I'm still gonna move for you, but you know it might be a conversation with her first before I actually get out the door. So just respect
That's
that.
real.
Just respect that.
And I wanted the audience to hear that play out because I really feel like, you know what I mean, we get so short when it comes to prioritizing our women. People really think we don't. They look at the bulls who sit there and ruin their relationships, the clowns, the immature youngins, or the immature grown men. You know, they adults, but they still immature. They're not moving like grown ass men. But like, it's a lot of us, man. A lot of us who honestly, like Cuz said, we ain't gotta have that conversation. The last time I had to sit here, and again, 26 years in, the last time I had to sit down with you and people that was that close to me about a girl to let y'all know where she might be in the hierarchy, bro, we was an upward bound, dog. Like that's the last time we had to have that conversation. We had teams behind our age.
To be honest,
wasn't even
when you got with your wife, to be honest, we didn't need to have that conversation. I saw the shit. I knew what it was.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. The last time me and you had that conversation.
And I kind of said to you before y'all got married, I said, yo, you gonna marry her. And you looked at me and laughed, but I knew what that laugh was. It wasn't a laugh like, nigga, you crazy. It was a laugh like, damn, this nigga really know me. He see it.
I ain't never had to say it.
Because I remember when I came to Penn State and I saw y'all together. And I was like, damn.
And that was your second visit because the visit prior, me and her wasn't together.
Right.
And you was in high school with me when I had a girlfriend before she ever came along, before I ever got to Penn State. So you seen a completely different level. Right. And I took that girl at Germantown, the last girlfriend I had there, I took her very seriously.
Right. But it wasn't like that though.
Right. She didn't allow for it to go the way it was, I wanted it to go. Whereas with the woman who would eventually become my wife, she was stepping into it. So it's like
I remember the day I came up there, we was talking, we was hooping. I came up there, I was looking for a party, and I came to hoop the next morning in the gym, and we was hooping, and she walked in, and I saw your face change. And I was like,
I know it too. You ain't lied.
I was like, wait, I ain't never seen this nigga look like this. I know this nigga a long time. Like, and I asked you, I said, who that? You was like, that's my lady. I said, oh. Yeah. And then we went out later that night. I remember we all went out later that night, and I saw you again with her, and face was totally on full beam. Like, I'm happy I got mine. And I was like, I remember the next day I called you. I was like, yo, cuz, I'm on my way back to school, but I just want to tell you, you got a real one right there. I think you're going to marry her. And you did a little chuckle that you do. You did your little chuckle, and you was like, yeah, whatever, nigga. And I was like, no, nigga, like, I'm serious. And you was like, no, I hear you. And then years later, what happened? Y'all got married, and I was just sitting there like, so this nigga was going to marry her. Like, I saw that shit. Like, that's one of my real friends. Like, when it's
like you said.
Like, when it's somebody I have a real bond with, I'll see that shit for them just like they'll see it for me. Facts. You know your friends.
Facts. And I feel bad. And I be also feeling kind of crazy for these situations that you see, because we both seen it from the outside. Again, we're not naming names, but we both seen it from the outside of situations where we see that conflict where a dude seemed like he really got a pick. And it's not even about like, oh, well, he's not loyal to his girl, that's why he got a pick, or he don't really want to be with her. He really want to be with her. He just don't know how to disengage from the homies. And the expectations.
He don't know how to disengage from the circle. He don't know how to separate the two. And for a lot of niggas, that shit is hard. That shit is hard to separate the two. My girl, my homies, that shit is hard to do. Especially when niggas got female friends. It's even harder when you got female friends.
Ooh, that, we gotta say that for another episode for real, because we need a female on that.
That's a whole different ball game, because now you might look at shorty like a sister, a homie, a cousin, whatever you want to call it.
Stop, cuz. Stop. Save the juice. Save the juice. We gotta say that for that episode. That certainly, we might have to do that as a follow-up to this one, for real.
Right.
Might be back for this.
We need your co-host back on the show. Like, she got to be back here for that one.
Yes, that one needs a lady's perspective for sure.
Absolutely.
Because as much as we know what we got to do on our side, there's women who got to do stuff on their side that got male friends. Because there's a lot of ladies like they don't have male friends like that the minute they get into a relationship. But that ain't everybody. There's women who got that homeboy, the bros, gang. All right, so
gang. Listen, that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. But when you got the homies and you got to separate your homies from your girl or your girl from your homies, and you got to figure out who's your priority. If you're not picking your lady, I don't know what the fuck you picking, because I'm sorry to say this, and I'm gonna say this for the pod, but I sleep with my lady. I don't sleep with you niggas, and I ain't trying to sleep with you niggas. I want to sleep with her all the time.
I'm put to you like this. Real nigga shit.
What's wrong with y'all? Like,
that's real bars. Grown man bars. But let me put it like this. Because granted, most of my audience is in their 30s. But just in case you in your 30s, still not catching what Cut's saying, or you playing it like, ah, man, I could always get pussy, da 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 da. You could, and depending on the girl you got, you could always get it from her, even if you do go out with her.
How
But
how easy it is to get pussy these days? Yeah, you can get pussy all the time, but that don't mean it's good pussy or it's quality.
But I'm even just talking about, let's say that you got one of them girls, you picked a girl with a sex drive that match what you need. So even if you go out with the homies, she might be mad at you, but she's still gonna drop that yam on you. All right, cool. But the aspect of what Cuz is really speaking on is priority and dedication to what you're building versus the homies. Because the truth be told, the one thing that should be this way with your homies is your homies should be your homies. And until you actually betray your homies, nothing about that should change. We be grown, man. We done have falling outs. Men will not speak to each other for years. But when that's your homie, y'all gonna get back the same way y'all was before because that's your homie. And it's not gonna be no questions. It's not even gonna be no questions about, like, that's the thing. When they your homies, y'all don't have to have the conversation because it's not a question.
Let me tell you something.
They know how you roll, and they respect it and honor it.
Right. Like, I say this shit all the time, and people think I be bullshitting, but I say this shit all the time. My loyalty never changes until you make me change it. So my loyalty to you, 95% of the time, it's probably blind as fuck. Because you my dog, nigga, I'm rocking no matter what. I don't give a fuck if you right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm gonna tell you about yourself later. But in the moment, nigga, my loyalty is to you. You can be dead wrong with your fucking woman. But my loyalty to you, so I'm gonna have your back in the moment. But when we get in private, pussy, you're the dumbest motherfucker I ever met in life. How you gonna fuck this situation up? But I expect the same thing from my friends. I expect my friends to hold me the same way I hold them. Hold me to the same accountability. So when I fucked up my marriage, certain friends was on my phone like, yo, you's the dumbest motherfucker around. This happened to be one of them. So I tell people all the time, like, don't think I wasn't held accountable in the bullshit. Because it was. I may not wanted to hear this shit. And I definitely didn't want to hear it at the time. But I needed to hear it. And it needed to be said. Because it had to make me grow as well as a person. So when you got real friends, your real friends is going to help you grow. They might not like the shit. They're not always going to like the shit you do. They're not. But if y'all can't have real conversations and tell your friend how you really feel, y'all ain't really friends. And I say this all the time because I cussed the motherfucker out and the motherfucker stopped being my friend for 6 years, for a year and a half. But I told you my real opinion. I didn't give you no sugar-coated shit. I didn't bullshit you. I told you exactly what it was. Now, a year and a half later, you decided, damn, maybe you was right, and I want to be friends again. But now I look at you differently. Because you should have never went that far with it saying you ain't want to be my friend no more. Because I told you some real shit. Because I expect you to tell me the real shit.
I guess I'll only look at you differently on the comeback if you move different. Now, if you just kind of like me fall out because you couldn't digest what I gave you, then yeah, I could accept you back into the fold the same way you was before you left. But if you start moving different,
you being extra trying to come back too. I ain't got that. Like, just be you.
Oh, man. Well, yeah. If you being extra about it, then yeah, that's gonna make me a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, if
it's just on some natural gravitation, you matured, you realized you was wrong, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you on some brother type time, on some family type time, like, I was bugging him, bro. You was right. Starting off with an apology. I hope that you give me, I understand if you don't, but it would be fair to me if we can, pick up where we left off at. Cool. We absolutely can at that point. But if you move different somehow, then yeah, I'ma definitely look at you differently, and we could be cool again, but we not gonna be on that level because
We
to me
not
you a different. Yeah, we
we
not gonna
won't
be
be
bros.
bros again
Point. You're gonna be an
because you
associate
moving
of us.
different.
You move different.
You're an associate now. But like
Um,
I said, my loyalty always is my loyalty will never be dictated off of how mad I get at somebody. Because
right.
if my loyalty is dictated off of that, then I never really was loyalty to begin with.
Fact.
Because you gotta have rough patches inside of a friendship, relationship, whatever. And if your loyalty changes inside that moment, inside the
You're
bad
not loyal.
times,
It
then
ain't
you was
real.
never loyal. To me.
Never.
And my loyalty will never change inside the bad times. I think my loyalty will go stronger to you in the bad times because I know that it's bad and we need to get back on track. So I need to be even more loyal to you to
You need it the most.
Get this train moving back the right way. So loyalty,
That's real
like I
talk.
tell you all the time, loyalty is probably the biggest thing to me than anything. Like anybody who know me know I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on respect. I'm big on love. But loyalty, loyalty, that's something where I'm not in the room and you not letting people talk bad about me. Like,
Listen, y'all hear it all the time, ladies who's watching this, but men will pick loyalty over love every day.
I'm picking loyalty every day. Like, and I love hard as shit. So let's not think I don't like love or listen, I say
Yeah,
this
no,
shit
we're
so
not
much.
knocking level, we're not downplaying it, but
I say this
loyalty
shit
hit
so
different.
I say this shit so much on social media how much I love hard, but it's
You do.
because I'm so loyal behind that shit. Like my loyalty to you would never allow me, even in the baddest of times, disrespect you or put you in a place where you feel like I still ain't got your back. We cannot talk for forever and a day. But if I hear something or I see something about to go down and I know you're gonna be there, I'm gonna give you that warning, like, hey, you don't need to be there. Like we might not be talking, you might think I don't like you, but my loyalty to you is still gonna tell me to tell you, hey, you need to get the fuck out of Dodge. Because this is what's about to happen. Because this is how my phone runs. But
Yep.
all people don't understand that. Because they
That's a
feel like
fact.
once you stop talking to them or you stop dealing with them, you're loyal to them. So stop. Man, love and loyalty don't stop no matter if you stop talking to somebody or not.
I don't know about the love part, but
They don't. Like, you can't turn love off like a switch. Like, I hate when people say, oh, I don't love that person no more. You're a fucking liar.
call
You're
me
a
a liar.
fucking liar.
Be a
Because you want
fucking
to know why
liar.
you're a liar? Here's why you're lying. Did you
Talk to
really
me.
love that person? Did you really love
Yeah.
that person? Because if you love that person the way you say you did, wholeheartedly, unbelievably, then you just don't turn it off like a light switch. That shit is still
It
there.
might not be
Because
a
when you
light
see a
switch. That don't
person,
mean it's off.
when
That
you
it might
see
not
a
be like
person,
a light switch because I couldn't just hit it. But that don't mean it don't die. That don't mean it don't go. Cause I can't agree with that. There's some people
listen,
I no longer love, dog.
when you see that person, if you don't get the same feelings you had when you loved them, like if you don't get any inklings of those feelings, you didn't really love them.
Agree with you, guys. Can't
You
agree
love
with
them.
you on that.
You like them in the moment. You
Yes.
super like them in the moment because when you really genuinely love somebody, this is what I be trying. And I had to learn this, and somebody told me this shit. So I'm only speaking what they told me. When you genuinely love somebody, love, not like, not lust, love. No time, no space, no nothing turns that feeling off when you see that person. Because that person holds a place in your heart that nobody can ever replace.
Oh no, it's not that you could replace. I could replace you with another person. That
Not
there's
even about, but
there's
I'm talking about
definitely not.
I'm talking about the
You don't
feelings
have
you
that.
have inside.
Oh, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Telling
No,
you,
sir, cousin. No, sir, cousin. I'm telling you. Because once you get to that point where you're dead to me, cuz.
that's different. See, you talking about They
All
did
the
something.
love is gone.
They did something to make you hate them. See,
I
there's a
don't hate
difference.
you.
No.
No, because you know
No,
how
you
hate
said
is with me.
you said they're dead to you. So they did something to you to make them to the point where you don't believe they exist anymore. So that's a
Facts.
different feeling. That's a different feeling than saying, I just don't love that person over there who I used to talk to. You see what I'm saying to you? There's a difference.
But I could still, but even so, even if it's not like necessarily malice, and we just not there no more, I don't have to still love you. There's a reason why we not there no more.
No, listen. I'm not saying that you can't not love someone. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is when you genuinely, wholeheartedly, this person was supposed to be the end all be all love of your life. You saw the world, the moon, the stars, kiss the baby, rock. Listen, there's nothing that extinguishes that flame besides some. Hold on, listen, let me finish.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
There's nothing that extinguishes that flame besides them making you hate them. Literally making you have to despise them when you see them. Because you wanna know why? When your head and your heart play that battle game, because your head know that you should be nowhere near them, but your heart is like, I still love them and I want to be around them. Your head and your heart gonna play that game. It's the hardest game to get through sometimes. And it's hard to get both of them on the same page. Because the head always thinks it's stronger than the fucking heart. And the heart damn sure knows it's stronger than your head.
Right.
So when we talking about a real love, not a kitty love, not a love when you was like 16, we talking about this grown-up adult love where you was ready to take that nice walk, have that music playing, have all them people sitting in chairs, and you telling the world how you feel, and you showing that extra emotion when you see that person walk down. That's a little different. We ain't talking about the motherfucker you dated for 3.5 years and you thought like, man, she might be the one. I might do it. I love her. I like her a lot. I love her. I ain't ready to take that walk though, but I love her. I got love for her.
Listen, guys, you know me. I've been in love twice. Right? And the first one was no less serious than the second one.
I'm asking you this
question.
It's
just that person didn't allow for it to go the way I was willing for it to go.
Right. So that's why you don't love that person.
But it has nothing to do with hate. It has nothing to do.
You just said it though. I didn't say hate. I didn't say
so
hate right
there.
Unless
you hate. No, you said that love don't go nowhere until they make you hate them. And what I'm saying is,
she didn't love you the same way you loved her. Get what I'm saying to you? But this is what I'm saying. Though. But this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying to you. It's not a hate there. It's just the fact that you know you'll never get what you wanted from that person. So in turn, that will turn that love off because you know, like, I'm never going to get what I want in return.
Right.
But the person you with now, you get that in return, right?
Yeah.
Could you see a day where she wasn't with you?
Don't be asking me that question on podcast for everybody. Say
no. No, you couldn't. And that's the difference in those types of love, though. Like you understood love with the first person.
Right.
And the first person didn't understand love the way you understood love.
Facts.
So it turns you off to her because it's like, yo, I loved you, but you didn't love me back. In so many words. Boom. Now you meet your second person and you are in love
herself enough
to
be able to give you the love.
But that too, that all plays into it.
Right.
But you met the second person and she showed you a different love.
Absolutely.
A love that could be reciprocated back to you. We're to the point where you want to spend the rest of your life with that person.
Facts.
And that's why I said to you, you can't see a day without her being in your life.
But if I had to,
you wouldn't want to. Would you want to?
I mean, I'm with her.
No, but
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't see me just not wanting to be with her.
exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say to you about this love thing and dealing with the topic that we're talking about. When we're talking about love and we're talking about
But that's
being
on a romantic level, though. That's on a
right,
romantic level about friends too. So that's not the romantic level. So I could
right.
love somebody, friend, and it's kind of like, let's put it in the same context you just gave me. That person showed me that I can't love them the
Right.
way that, you know what I'm saying, that I want
That's why
to.
they're
Because
different. That's why those loves are different. But that's why those loves are so different. A love with your spouse, a love with your
but that can
spouse and a
happen
love with your friends is different.
but that can happen in any type of love that you realize, because sometimes y'all started out good, and then sometimes because you changed and you grow apart, and now one of y'all can no longer love the other the way that they need to be loved, or they, you know what I'm
But that's
saying?
all.
So they
That's all. That's all the work, though. Like that's a work. Like, and you got to be willing to put that work in to keep that love going. If you're not willing to put the work in, then you wasn't really truly in that type of love that you say you was.
I
Because
can't agree with that. I
you
can't
can't
agree with that.
like you
You
should
could be in,
like
you could, you could be in love with a person, and it's not so much that you're not willing to do the work. It just it doesn't conceptualize for you, right? And that's why we advocate therapy, right? Because
right, but
sometimes we
therapy
need
is
to
the
see
work.
outside of
But therapy,
ourselves.
but therapy is the work. So if you're not willing to put the work in, even to go to therapy, therapy is the work. Therapy is part
Mm-hmm.
of the work. That's what
Mm-hmm.
people seem to forget when we start talking this work thing. Therapy is part of the work. So if you're
It's true.
willing to go to therapy, then you're still willing to work at what you ultimately said you wanted. The moment you
You're
say
not.
you're not willing to go to therapy and you're not willing to work, that means you don't want what you say you always wanted.
That's a bar. I can respect that. That's a
Because
bar. I can respect.
when you go to therapy, therapy is going to touch here. Therapy is going to touch you right here. And it's going to make you work for this, for yourself. Now, once you get better with yourself, then it's time to go work with your partner. But you got to start with you.
You absolutely have to start with yourself. 100.
So when you get to
100.
therapy, you realize, like, yo, this is the person I want to be with. This is the person I always wanted to be with. This is the person I love. I'm fucking up. I need to fix it. How do I fix it? And when you get into therapy and you start hearing the ways that you can fix it, and now you're starting to put the homework in with the work that the therapist is giving you, you're doing all the work. You're doing the work to make it better. And then you and your partner start doing the work together. Now y'all working together. So now it's the two. It's the two working
Yeah.
as one to make it work. But
Facts.
what if
But
you go
even
to
in a
work,
friendship, it takes two people to make it work.
right? And
Even in a friendship,
you gotta have two
work.
friends that want to make it work.
That's a fact.
It's always going to take two people to make whatever relationship we talking about, whatever ship we talking about work. Friendship,
That's a fact.
relationship, if
Partnership.
it partnership, whatever it is. You running a business with somebody. Y'all two got to work together. That's a partnership.
Fact. Yep.
Y'all got to be on the same page and work together to make that thing work. A
That's a
friendship.
fact.
Two friends got to be on the same page. Sometimes y'all might be in different chapters of the book, but at some point y'all got to get back on the same page in that book, in the same chapter, and work. That's the same thing with a relationship. A relationship, a marriage, y'all can be on two separate pages at one point. But if y'all willing to work, then y'all need to work to get back to that same page and that same chapter in the book of y'all story to make things work. Because the hiccup should only be a fucking hiccup. It shouldn't be the ending. And that's where a lot of people go wrong is that they use the hiccup as their way to be the ending because this might not have been what they really wanted. They thought it was what they wanted at the time. And then they realized, nah, I'm not built for this. And I don't really want to put the work in to make this work.
That's the
And if
big part,
that's
what you
what you
just said right
are,
there, realizing they're not built
like,
for it.
like when you feel like you're fighting yourself to make something work, and you say you keep fighting yourself over and over again, but if you're not having that conversation with the other person who you're fighting about, how did you really make it work? Because you can talk to yourself till you blue in the face. You can stand in the mirror all day long, talk to yourself in the mirror till you blue in the face. And if you giving yourself the wrong fucking answers, them answers is wrong.
That's a fact. That's why you got to be willing to step outside of yourself if you want to make anything work. You got to be willing to step outside of
My
yourself.
new favorite saying from my therapist is live to be able to have the uncomfortable conversations, no matter if it's a friendship, a relationship, or a partnership. Have the uncomfortable conversations because the comfortable conversations are cool. The uncomfortable conversations reveal the truth.
That's where you get the growth from.
And when she told me that, well, he told me that, my bad. I got two therapists, but he told me that. And he was like, when you have the uncomfortable conversation with yourself, and then you have the uncomfortable conversation with your partner, male, female, business partner, whatever, when you have that uncomfortable conversation with them, you'll see where the truth really is and everything. If they really want to be your partner, they want to be your friend, they want to be your lover, you'll find out in that uncomfortable conversation way more than in the comfortable conversation, because the comfortable conversation allows you to lie. Even though you're not supposed to lie to your partner, your spouse, your friend, the comfortable conversation allows you to lie because it puts you in a safe space where you can say safe things instead of telling the truth about how you really feel. So when you have the uncomfortable conversation and you have to give that honesty, that truth, the other person might not be ready to hear your truth. Now, are they ready to sit through your uncomfortable conversation with them? Because they don't know the conversation is uncomfortable for you until you start talking. Now, are they ready to reciprocate your uncomfortable conversation and have their own uncomfortable conversation with you so you both can build? But that's what partnership is about. And that's what a marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a partnership. So if we can't be partners and have these conversations where we both looking at each other like, I didn't know you felt that way. What do we do to fix it? Then we might not need to be together because this ain't it. This ain't it.
True indeed.
And you know, like, and when you putting the work in and you starting to learn about yourself and about life, bro, this shit's different. I tell people all the time, shit get real when you got shit get real when you gotta look at yourself.
That's a
When you
fact.
gotta look at you beyond the mirror, like you got a person who's just sitting there and they ain't saying too many words, they just writing shit down, and you looking at them like, why the fuck you writing shit down? Like, talk to me. And they give you like 3 little small words, or they give you a gem, and then you got to mentally remember that gem. Like, damn, that was a gem. That was a bar. I gotta remember that, John. I gotta hold that. Or they tell
you gotta go do something with it.
Right.
Yep.
Or they tell you to go home and work on this right here. And when I see you at the next session, tell me how it worked out for you. And you go through that and you do that, and now you get to the next session and now you talking more because you went home and did the homework, and now you bringing in your answers to the homework, and it's getting you to talk and reveal more shit that you didn't even know you was feeling. And now you're sitting there and now you're looking at yourself like, I didn't know you felt this way. Hey, what the fuck happened?
Right. True indeed. All right. So let's wrap this up.
Yeah, we had a deep one here tonight. We had a deep one here.
Yeah. But it was still important because even with us just having just us fellas on here, you know, like you said, uncomfortable conversations that to be had. Even tonight between friends, as long as we've been friends, family. You know what I'm saying? We agreeing on shit, we disagreeing on shit. There's, you know, different aspects and different perspectives. And people gotta know that dudes do this. You know what I'm saying? Dudes gotta see dudes do this because they gotta know that it's cool to do with your homie. It's cool to go ahead and hash that out with your man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
cool to have conversations.
As Cuz said, the uncomfortable conversations. Because sometimes you gotta sit down with your mans and have one of those.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I just forgot one of my closest friends. I had that conversation.
Sometimes it gotta happen, and it's cause said it's for the best, it's for growth, it's where the breakthrough actually lies. Is in those uncomfortable moments in those
I feel like
conversations.
that was a conversation that probably should have happened at least 3 months ago.
A lot of times that's how it is. A lot of times it be overdue. But we believe in men supporting men. You know what I'm saying? We believe in brothers supporting brothers. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve. That's how we grow to be, the kings, servants, knights, chefs, bodyguards, bricklayers, whatever it is we supposed to be, whatever it is we destined to be, even if it's a goat herder. That's how we end up being the best version of that we can possibly be, is by holding each other accountable and helping each other grow. As they always say, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. Like I said, I think that's a good display for people to see on, both sides of the sexes, for women to know that there's men in each other, holding each other accountable, pushing each other, going against each other's ideas for the betterment. And, that brothers see how to do it respectfully.
Right.
Okay. How to do it honestly and openly, but at the same time, like with no malice. You can straight up disagree. Nah, cuz I think you lying. No, cuz I think you bullshit. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, y'all still be the same guys hugging it out. Y'all still be the same guys ready to go to bat with each other. Cuz I appreciate every time you come through and you contribute, Mr. I Came to Pie, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all caught it earlier, but the man said he might have a new Drake coming. Y'all got the exclusive.
It's in the works. It's in the works. It's in the works.
You're gonna have to come back with concrete. You're gonna have to come back with like be lifing.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out how the setup is going to work, but it will be a solo pod. It will just be me. I'm going on my Stephen A. Smith type style pod where it's just me and I'm going to talk about topics. I'm gonna bring people on to talk, but it's gonna be a solo show, something I've never done before. B&B on the Clock was a great experience with my co-host, and I'm hoping that at some point we get back to that show. The life be tripping, it be working the way it worked, but at some point,
say it right, cuz.
Life be lifing.
Here we go.
So I'm hoping at some point we can get that show back up and running. Even while I'm doing I'm Here to Pod, the solo podcast show. Like I'm just hoping that I'll be able to do both. And I might be going back to school for broadcasting. So that might be the other thing, and learning how to do this pod thing on a professional level, because I found a school that teaches that. So I might be doing that too. So this is going to be different. I'm trying to take everything to a whole nother level. So
big growth. We here for that.
Big growth.
Yeah.
But again, man, thank you for having me on tonight, man. I truly appreciate it. I love coming on here. I wish your co-host was here because I love chopping it up with her. She's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we got to do the second part of this, man. We got to do the second part. Listen, we just gonna give y'all that. We gonna have the second part to this with me, the goddess included. Maybe we'll be able to grab another on here as well. But for sure, y'all gonna see the three of us back having the other half of this conversation.
Oh yeah, this conversation. It's gonna get deep on that side. When we bring her, it's gonna get real deep. It's gonna get real deep when she goes.
For sure. So thank you guys for tuning in, man. Definitely. When I drop the episode, I'll make sure to put his IG on here.
Yes, sir.
So hit him up, hit his bio. I'm pretty sure he got some kind of link tree or some kind of thing in his bio to where you can see not only on a what's your Facebook, man? Let the people know where they can find you on the socials, man. I'm talking to
Facebook, Reggie Boston. Instagram, Coach Reg. Let's see. YouTube, B&B on the Clock. I'm Here to Pod. The I'm Here to Pod Instagram, YouTube, all coming soon with the first episode hopefully dropping the first week of September. That's the goal. Woo! First week of September will be the first episode. I hope everybody tunes in. I hope everybody get ready to see me on a different journey inside this pod world. But I always been saying since we started this, I'm Here to Pod. So that's the name of my show. I'm Here to Pod.
That's a fact. You already know you're gonna have our support, cuz you already know you're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have
y'all
our
coming on the
support.
show. Oh, y'all definitely coming on the show. Y'all
Get
definitely
play
coming on.
from episode one. So, you know what I mean? And we'll be there to support you and, you know what I mean? Because, we part of the Podden family. You dig me?
That's right. That's right.
That podcast network. You dig me? So on behalf of A.C.E, our brother, that's who he always be. On behalf of Mimi, the goddess, aka Moneybag Meech, aka Big Meech, and of course, your favorite coach's favorite coach, be safe, be respectful, be dangerous when you need to now. Um, be kind, um, be patient, and that includes with yourself. As Cuzzo was telling you all this episode, be honest, and that includes with yourself. Um,
Yes.
be good to as many people as you possibly can. As I always say, I know people who's going to make it impossible. I know people who's going to not just allow you to do that. It's cool. Don't worry about them. Everybody else, make sure you can be as kind as possible. But most importantly, be kind and be good to your damn selves. You hear me? Man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. We out of here.
See y'all.